As pressure to improve returns increased, boring retail banks started to resemble their sexier investment banking siblings. A culture of excessive bonuses was created, and the age of casino banking was born.
The banks just felt free to enter the investment market without restriction. Basically, they became retail banks with casinos attached to them. And of course, the casinos were using depositors' money to make risky loans.
After Labour came to power in 1997, the regulatory system became a tripartite responsibility of the Bank of England, the Treasury, and the Financial Services Authority. The bank would oversee monetary and financial stability, while the FSA would ensure market confidence, compliance with regulation, and that risks were being well managed. In less than a decade, this new system would be tested to breaking point. Meanwhile, the banks were looking for new ways to free up their capital. The most popular method was called securitisation. Existing loans were broken up into chunks, repackaged, and then resold onto other banks and new investors. This was creating flows of money on a previously unimaginable scale.
The basic concept of it was to help remove a set of assets that was on a bank balance sheet to a set of investors that wanted to take the risk and were probably better positioned to take that risk. If you're transferring over a $50,000 mortgage and you're having to do $100 million worth of $50,000 mortgages, that's a lot of mortgages that you have to analyse. So if you put them into a single security that covers all of them, then the analysis is done only on that one security.
Some of the early securitisation deals happened in surprising areas.
As securitization became a more accepted tool, going from, the mortgages to car loans and credit card loans, more and more creative uses were found for it.
Hi, it's Thursday evening, and once again we'd like to welcome you to another edition of Top of the Pops.
David Bowie sold royalty rights to his music library through a securitization. And what that really meant was to put those future royalties into a securitization company and sell bonds against the future royalty stream. So in a sense, he monetized his future income. He got his future income today.
In the wider financial markets, securitization was growing at an extraordinary rate.
And the euphoria really just gathered an enormous amount of momentum because every day we were getting news of another client who wanted to get involved. A Japanese bank came knocking on our door, and this was just, our door, saying they had $50 billion to invest. That was an astronomical amount of money. And bear in mind that that is one Japanese bank. And you had this massive wave of, investors just constantly wanting to put more and more money to use.
As the banks looked for other ways to free up capital, they created ever more complex forms of securitized debt.
There was lots and lots of investors looking to expand their investment universe into securitizations and also into the structured credit universe of collateralized debt obligations.